Hello everyone, I would like to present about the impact of commodity price volatility on dividends for state budget. And it analyzes the financial performance analysis of supporting gas such as PGN. The executive summary is that PGN as the gas supporting the Pertamina is pivotal to Indonesia's energy architecture, managing 97% of national downstream natural gas infrastructure. PGN balances commercial mandates with public service obligations. This paper analyzes the financial impact to PGN from global gas price volatility and domestic supply decline, especially impact on state budget dividends. The key findings are significant impact on PGN's net profit from volatile global gas prices and declining domestic supply, and then the resultant decrease in dividends contributed to the state. The recommendations is diversify gas supply sources, implement robust hedging strategies to mitigate more financial loss caused by high volatile commodity price. This is PGN dual strategic dilemma between commercial mandate and public service obligations. PGN should maximize shareholder value through profit generations and sustainable dividend payment, but also as public support national energy security, accelerate gas network programs, and ensure affordable energy prices. This inherent conflict intensifies under significant external pressures, impacting PGN's profitability and its ability to contribute to the state budget. Now, this is the pincher movement on PGN's business model. PGN financial performance is fundamentally influenced into simultaneous and reinforcing market forces, which is global gas price dynamics and domestic supply realities. This creates a pinch of squeezing PGN business model. The first one is global market volatility, extreme fluctuation in international LNG spot prices, driven by geopolitical events, for example, the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and post-pandemic economic recovery. And then the second is the domestic supply decline, continuous decrease in national natural gas production due to aging fields and high-risk deepwater explorations, forcing reliance on more expensive LNG import for Indonesia or reducing exported LNG allocations. Gas lifting realization of Indonesia fell from 1,133 million barrel oil equivalent per day in 2018 to 953 MBOE/PT. These two causes erodes PGN profit margins as cost pass-through is often hindered by government regulations, directly impacting dividend contributions. The first graph is the export of natural gas of Indonesia to Malaysia and Singapore. The second graph is the percentage of natural gas utilizations, mainly for industry about 30%, and then the export uh, LNG about 22%. The third graph is the export of LNG for each destination countries. This is the picture of the global market volatility. Uh, uh, Before 2021, the LNG spot prices is often below $10 per MMBTU, but in 2023 it increased to 50 and then to almost $70 per MMBTU, and then it moderates decrease again in 2023, but the price is in 2023 is still higher than the before 2021. This is the pattern of the movement of the crude oil prices. The oil prices surged to multi-year high in the first half of 2022 following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, averaging about $100 per barrel for the year before easing in the second half of recession concerns, China's lockdowns, and strategic stock release. By contrast, European LNG spot prices remain extremely elevated through late 2022 as the region scrambled to replace lost Russian pipeline gas. And this movement is so aligned with the LNG spot prices. In the domestic in Indonesia, there is also a declining gas production, compounding global pressure. Indonesia faces a silent crisis, continuous decline in national natural gas productions. We can see in the left picture is uh, the the realization and the prediction of the gas lifting. The gas lifting realization tend to decrease, and the second graphic is the blue line is the gas lifting, which tend to decrease, and the PGN gas distributions, which tend to decrease also. But we can see that here in 2020 to 2023, the PGN distribution increased despite of the gas lifting decrease. This is a good actually a good indicator of performance of PG negotiation skill with its gas producers in gaining incrementally stable gas supply. The financial impact of connecting commodity price volatility to performance and dividends. We can see that the net profit tend to decrease in 2020. The net profit negative 264. It is actually and not because of the volatility of LNG price. It is because of the sengketa pajak at the time. Uh, we can see from 2021 to 2023 is the the corresponding of the impact here. We can see that the net profit tend to decrease. Total dividend paid is actually increased. You can see the dividend payout ratio from 2021 to 2023 increase. And the explanations is on the next slides. Yes, this is the net profit, the total dividend paid, and the LNG spot price. And also we can see that the blue line is the PGN gas distribution. The PGN net margin, the green line is aligned with LNG spot price, which is if the the net margin decrease, then the LNG the LNG spot price decrease. If the LNG spot price increase, then the PGN net margin also increase, and it's so consistent. But not with the dividend. If the net margin decrease to zero or minus, and the dividend might not be paid. It is in the regulations. Uh, in the if the slope is to increment, and the dividend also follows. But if the net profit is increase or decrease, not so increment, not so sharp, the management uh, may may pay dividend not aligned, uh, because of another reason. For example, in 2019 and 2023, when the net profit uh, decreased but the dividend payment increased. It is because in spite of decline net margin, there is an increase of distributed cash flow. So the PGN management may decide to increase the dividend payment. This is a regulatory complexity, the role of HGBT policy. The fixed gas price really set a margin pressure to PGN, and also it is a risk amplifier and hedging limitations. So the strategic mitigations is to build financial resilience. The first one is to diversify supply portfolio, balance domestic long-term pipeline contracts, selective upstream investment, and measured LNG imports to reduce supply and cost risk. And the second is to implement commodity hedging, develop sophisticated hedging programs for LNG volumes backed by a robust legal framework. A key challenge here is the need for legal framework to protect management from potential criminalizations for reasonable business decisions. And then to reevaluate HGBT mechanism, engage in dialogue with the government to find a better balance between industrial competitiveness and PGN's financial health, exploring dynamic pricing or faster. The conclusion is how to secure PGN's future for national prosperity. PGN's financial vulnerability, couched between declining domestic supply, volatile global prices, and regulatory constraint, poses a direct threat to its long-term financial health and its crucial dividend contribution to the state budget. Protecting PGN's financial health is paramount to ensuring its role as the backbone of national gas infrastructure, a driver in the energy transition, and reliable contributors to the state budget for the greater prosperity of the nation. Thank you, everyone.